Forever. Dog.
But it will, and your dad will die, and you will miss him.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. Nope.
Was that too far? Was that too far as a joke? Oh no. I meant it as a bit. Bugs will die? No. Worse. Oh no.
Hey, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Oh no.
Did you see we changed outfits, Alayna?
Yeah, we changed.
Yeah.
You flipped your hats around?
Yeah.
Yeah, you flipped your hats around.
Hey, some change starts small, but that doesn't mean it's not a first step.
I covered up.
What the heck, you guys? You guys are freaking me out today.
It was distracting.
No. That's all. I'm just going to say no.
What do you mean no? You just brought it up.
How are you guys doing? Cute outfits. Wow, so different.
Alayna,
Thanks.
can I just say something?
Yeah.
You are used to getting away with all your little bullshit because you're so sweet and nice. But you brought it up. You said, I covered up.
I covered up.
Yeah,
And
you
then
did
I said
instigate that a little
It
bit.
was distracting, and then you're acting like I'm the bad guy.
Okay,
I
distracting
make
is
the
crazy.
joke and Ashley gets in trouble. We've been over this. Me and Mac make the joke and Ashley gets in trouble.
I'm not parading my tits around on the internet the way you are, okay, Alayna?
Oh my God.
Guys, this is like the first minute.
Yeah, sorry. I
I think it's feminist. I think Alayna should be allowed to parade her tits around anywhere she wants.
That's a great point, Ashley.
That is a great
I think
point.
everybody should really be doing that and be allowed
Free
to do
the
that.
nipple.
Yep.
Free it.
Yep.
Mac, is your audio coming not through your mic?
It's not. Okay. Bye.
Now that we're alone.
Now that it's just me and you again.
I saw the littlest bit of cleavage.
Because it is only a littlest bit. If you saw a littlest bit, that's probably the
Is that
whole
a
bit
thing
that's
for
possible.
you? Because like I've talked about on my other podcasts, how it's not about size, it's energy, boob energy.
Oh yeah, no, you've talked about boob energy here.
But Alayna,
Yeah.
do you have a preference for your own? I have a preference for mine.
No, I think I just am not.
What are you guys talking about?
Am I on the line of something you don't want to discuss because you're becoming a therapist?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Just use the safe word. I'm a loser.
Are you guys still talking about boobies?
Alayna won't let me talk to her about her boobies.
No, I don't really want to. It's the whole therapist thing. It's a whole different type of filter.
Well, I love boobies.
I love boobies. Booby. Do you guys really love boobies? I love boobies.
I think I have like an unhealthy obsession with boobies. Like,
There's your obsession. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, I thought about it. Last episode, when I was asking you what your obsession would be, I was like, she talks about boobies a lot.
Who?
wait, I can't say, but that's not an, I'm not embarrassed by that obsession. Wait, but also it's not an obsession, I don't think, but I do love boobies.
You just said.
Okay,
You
wait.
maybe are obsessed.
I never
you
said
just
that.
said that.
I never would say anything like that.
Danny, roll the tape. You just said that.
Stop making her do that, Danny. You don't need to do that.
It's a lot of work.
But
Roll the tape.
everybody loves boobies. Everybody since birth been sucking on
I
the
get
teat.
told by women that I have nice ones, but I don't
it.
think that I do.
I believe that. Did you, Mac?
I'm so sorry, bro. I don't know where that came from. Should I leave again?
I think everybody.
don't want your
I think
audio.
boobies are one of those things where truly everybody's taste is a little different. Like truly.
Right. Sure. Well, what?
No, really, I really think so.
I agree, and
haven't
I
thought about it
also
much, I guess.
feel really bad that straight women don't allow themselves the pleasure of just like resting their head on a pair of boobies and like being at peace. Even platonically.
Since
It could
childhood,
be
since
platonic.
childhood.
Since
Yeah.
childhood.
It's not platonic. You cannot
like-
put your head on a boob Even if you're straight and the other person's
could
straight
be.
and it's two women, it just can't.
Could be.
No.
Yeah.
The warmth is romantic. That's why Freud did all he did.
That's why
It
I'm like,
is- it
if
is
I dated a man,
Fundamentally sexual.
he would need to have huge pecs because it would need to like try to compensate for something that's not there.
If you dated a man, you would try to make him a woman, is what you're trying to say. If you dated a man, you'd imagine him being a woman.
Did I ever tell you guys that me and Mattia breastfed at the same time for a portion of time?
You did. And I had
my theory is
forgotten
that
about it
that's
until
why
just
we're
now.
so connected.
And we repressed that. We suppressed that. We tried to
Yeah.
forget about it.
We rebutted it.
How
I
many
think that's why
years
we're on the
apart
same
are you two?
wavelength. We're 18 months apart.
Too long.
It's on the verge.
Right on the edge
It's a
there.
little too
Right on the
long.
edge there.
That's a gray area.
Hey, Google, when do babies stop breastfeeding?
I'm actually interested to know this. I'm not totally sure. I just know I probably gave my mom a hard time about letting go of the Milkies.
They said at least 6 months. So I think a year and a half is really quite long.
Yeah, I guess.
This is my theory. I feel like she probably tried to stop with me, but then when she had another baby and I realized there was more Milkies, I was like, I'm coming for
Do you
that.
still call it that?
She tried to stop me, but I cannot be stopped. More Milkies.
Give me all the Milkies.
I am the champion. I'm guzzling it down. I am the champ. More Milkies for me.
It feels wrong to call it just regular milk.
Can't stop the hustle. Can't stop the grind. More Milkies.
And then she claims she's not obsessed today, to this day. Makes
Well,
no
bro,
sense. Mac.
that's my mom though.
I love you and this dog. This is so funny.
He's my sweetheart.
Look at us. Oh,
This is just his face.
he
Like,
can't
that's-
even look. He
it's the
can't
side
even
eye.
look.
It's the side eye.
Oh my god, he's such an icon.
I like that you're calling him. He can't hear you. It's in
has
my
he
headphones.
looked at? Has he ever looked anything straight in the face?
No,
Never.
never once. Oh, he's saying hi to the microphone.
Oh, hello.
Oh, I can hear it, and it's awesome. No, let him do it.
Just make eye contact one time.
You can do it, Julio.
What's this? What's that?
Handsome
Oh
boy.
my god,
Oh, look
He's
at
so
him.
handsome.
I know.
He looks
he's
totally
the most
different looking straight
handsome
on.
boy.
Oh, he's so sweet.
He's the most handsome, sweetest boy on the
He's such a
whole
little
planet.
dork. I love him.
He's a
He is the
dweeb.
dork. You
Oh
should
my
see him
God.
at the dog park. It's like he doesn't know how to be a dog. Like he loves to sniff. So he has to have at least 15, 20 minutes of checking the perimeter, the entire thing. Then if he interacts with dogs, he's like the kid that like dogs are playing and he'll kind of go up to them and like take a sniff and then whoa, and then they're moving too fast.
Wait,
and then he doesn't know how to
Alayna,
engage.
Can I ask you a question? Because Julio is from Mexico, right?
He is.
Is it possible that there's a cultural or a language barrier between him and the other dogs?
Probably. Probably. They just don't understand him.
Oh my god.
They just don't understand him. Unfortunately, for that theory, though, there are also other rescues from Mexico at the dog
there?
park. And yeah, there's quite a few rescues from Mexico out here.
Really? How do
Yeah.
they do that? Because when I was in Costa Rica, there were several dogs I wanted to take home that had latched onto us.
Oh my god, I can't handle this right now. Julio.
Yeah, there's lots of rescues. There's like groups that rescue dogs in anywhere, Mexico, India, and then they get brought over here.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, does anybody have any updates, any life stuff before we get to questions? Does anybody?
I have an embarrassing story.
Oh, Mac, tell us.
It really was like a really embarrassing moment for me.
Yes, we can't wait.
Okay, so you guys are probably familiar with like a worry of a content creator is accounts stealing your content, right? They take your content, they repost it, they get a bunch of views and they make money off of it. Are you concerned about this?
A little.
It's not something I've thought of. No.
So I don't usually get concerned about it unless it's like a big account that like does this a ton and they didn't ask for permission or give credit. Or if it's like the repost goes super viral. And so then they're
Yeah.
just impersonating somebody else, like making a bunch of money off of it. It doesn't really happen with my content as much anymore, but with Mattia's it does, because Mattia makes that like, she makes that like generalized type of content that goes really viral. So I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw one of her videos pop up and it has like a shit ton of views and likes and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, that's my sister's video. This is not her account. And it didn't have any credit to her or anything. I got so fucking pissed. And immediately I jump in the comment section. I'm like, I don't remember exactly what I said, but I was like, wow, stealing from creators, like nice or something like that. Or like no credit even or something. And then I was like, this is at Mattia INGEMI's video, like original creator. Something like, something snooty and
That's
like.
why I put my tour dates in all my videos. Because
That's a really
even
good
if they
idea.
rip them, that my tour dates are in there.
Smart.
Even if,
Then I send it to Mattia and I'm like, have you seen this? This account fucking stole your video. Like they took your video. And she goes, oh no, they paid me for rights to the video and posted it. I was like, oh my God. And I ran and jumped in the comment section. And my comment had like 5 likes. I was like, delete, delete, delete. So for the 5 people that saw that comment that I posted, don't be mean to that brand. They actually paid my sister to post that video, so it was totally okay. And please never bring up that you saw that.
So what could our updates be? Maybe we should do mini updates.
Ooh, I got a robot vacuum.
Oh, Julio, that's quite the lean, buddy.
Ooh,
Yes.
ooh, I got a robot vacuum.
No, but it makes me so
wait.
sad. It makes me
I
so
have
sad.
a vacuum update. I got a second vacuum that we found when we were moving. There's like a junk area in our old place by the storage units where people put all the junk they don't want. And there's been a vacuum there, like a Dyson vacuum forever.
Okay.
But it doesn't work. But we took it. Turns out it just needed a new battery. Got a new battery. And the vacuum works.
Battery, yeah, I know.
Okay. Wow,
So
that's
Canada.
a hookup.
Yeah.
Dyson's incredible. Is it the handheld
Dyson.
one that charges?
Yes. Yeah.
I have that one.
It's a I don't know what version it is, but
Alayna,
yeah, it's
warning,
like a Dyson. It's like a
it
Dyson.
takes
Yeah.
forever to charge. Keep it plugged in at all times.
We keep it plugged in at all times. We're on it. We're on it.
Well, mine
We're on it.
actually, I don't have to do anything for mine. He charges himself. His name is Mark. He vacuums on a schedule, but it makes me so sad. I watched Wall-E a lot growing up, and seeing him come
Wall-E is
off
one
of
of my
his little
favorite films.
dock, and he like goes around, and when
Wall-E.
he gets to something like a carpet or something, he like lifts himself up, and he's like,
Yeah.
and he's like, and
He's just taking care of it.
he's just so cute, and I'm like, I feel so bad that he's working all the time.
No, he loves it. That's what he's built for.
He has no free time to himself.
Mattia told me that like this is his passion first of all, and also just think of it like he's
his
hungry
passion.
and he's like eating what's on the ground, so that helped. But like,
Here's a way to think about it, Mac. It has no experiences.
but it does now though. Like I
No,
was
it
with him
doesn't.
when he mapped my apartment. Like it was me
Yeah, he
and
loved
him.
that. He
You
loved
know that a freshman in computer science can make this software. It is very simple. It's very easy.
It was real to me.
It's if you knew, because the Roomba.
No,
is
I don't want to
quite-
know.
Wait, don't want to know what.
Can I tell you guys a story about my life,
Yeah.
guys? I am so old. Like
What the fuck?
when I think about my life now, it feels like a different person. That I'm
Yes.
like, who was
get
I
that.
at that point? Like, what was
get
going
that.
on? What were my Alayna, yours is like crazy, but like that's,
Relate to this
that
experience.
is a level of I was a different person that I cannot even begin to fathom. The level when I was such a different person that other people were inside of me, I can't.
Whoa. Okay.
When I was a freshman in college at Bryn Mawr, because I did go to Bryn Mawr. Shout out, I'm your second most famous alumni, and I'm pretty close. If I hadn't been
Who's the
canceled, dude,
first? Who's the first?
What's
Japanese
Bryn Mawr?
breakfast.
I've never heard of them.
Nice. No, she's very talented. She's a singer. Her name's Michelle Zahner, and she also has a best-selling novel, Crying in H Mart.
Oh,
Yeah. She was on my hall. We were on the same hall together.
amazing.
We're the only 2 famous Bryn Mawr alumni in like so long, and we were on the same hall together. But Bryn Mawr was my college. And I had taken computer science before I got to Bryn Mawr. I'd taken intro to computing at my high school, but then for my senior project, which is when it's called senior initiative, and we didn't have to take class. For 6 weeks, we had an advisor and we were allowed to do whatever we wanted to work on a project. And the project that I did is I made an online blackjack game. Like a visual, you could play blackjack online. I got to Bryn Mawr and I studied computer science. I took the intro again because they wouldn't let you place out, but I applied for this externship with a grant from Microsoft to work at the computer science department because they were working on a robot to use as a tool to teach people computer science. And I applied, even though I was a freshman and I had no experience. And I got it. And I had my own office. As a freshman, I had an office in the computer science building with like my name on it. And I worked on the robot. And we taught them projects like the Roomba. Like they had to like do the Roomba algorithm to learn computer science. And they had these little round robots and the whole lab had these little robots. And it was like such a fun period of my life because like I was the only person who knew anything about them besides the professor because no one had ever taken the class before, and I was working on the software to make them work and working on the curriculum. And it was just so fun to go into the lab and see everyone with their robots, and I had a hole in the middle so you could put a pen and it would draw things. You could have your robot draw and like it sensed light and it sensed obstacles. So there was so many amazing things you could do with the robot. And at the time in 2006, no one was doing this. No one was doing this. It was so fun.
Like 20 years ago.
Your lore
and we're
is
still
so
like,
cool.
wow, look at the robots. That's like, wow, they could draw things with the pen. And now 20 years has gone by and now it's AI and we're all like on the brink of death. Something?
That was 20 years ago.
Oh.
It was almost 20 years ago. I hate to break it to you.
2005? Yeah, I was 6. I was
I
6.
said that.
More...
Yeah, almost 20 years ago.
I was 18 and it was 18 years ago. I have had as much life as from when I was 1 to 17. I've had that much life. And 0 to 17, so much happened in that period.
Yes.
I mean, so much. 0 to 17, everything happened. Everything happened. I fell in love for the first time. I got tits. I learned to speak words. I smelled my first smell. I drew my first breath. Everything happened.
This is what slam poetry is like for me.
Oh, shut up.
Snaps.
Very good. Very good.
It's just life is like, it's so short, but it's so long.
The days are long, but the years are short, as they say.
And it's getting shorter and shorter. That's the
because the
everything's
more life
going
you
faster
live,
and faster.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that true?
I absolutely believe in that. I believe that is true. When you are a baby,
of course, because the ratio.
1 year, if I'm 2 years old, 1 year is half my life. But if I'm 20 years old, then 1 year is, 5% of my life?
I understand the logic, but is it true to our experience?
I believe it is.
I think so.
Do you feel differently?
I don't know. I do know, though, if I could explain to younger Ashley how quickly everything can change on a dime, how long it feels in the moment when you're struggling, but to go back and be like, yo, just hang in there because everything changes so quickly and your whole life can change. You can meet someone and in that moment, your whole life changes. It's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild how much happens in life, especially if you're going out there and you're doing the things, you know?
Yeah.
It scares me
to think about. I know.
It scares you?
Yeah.
I love these conversations. Why does it scare you?
Well, one, death.
Oh,
I know I will.
Horrifies me. It's and it just feels, it's just closer
scared
and
of
closer.
death?
Oh, terrified. Absolutely terrified.
Really?
So is my girlfriend. She's a very extreme.
I do not fear death.
I don't really either.
It's like trying to imagine.
I fear the death of others.
trying to envision nothingness, like non-existence, sends me into an actual panic attack. So that scares me. So the idea that like every moment that passes, I'm closer to nothingness is terrifying. And then the fact that everything does feel like it's speeding up. Every year that goes by feels like it happens faster and faster. It just feels like I'm just rocketing towards my
I don't know. You think that's a
mortality.
memory playing a trick on you? That the more distant you get away from the younger years.
That's a
You know
good
what I
point,
mean?
Ashley.
No,
Like
no,
maybe it's
because
just
it's like-
more information that you have to think about for the entire course of your life rather than it's actually feeling like it's moving faster in the present moment.
No, it does feel like it's moving faster because it's like I have, things that I
It's
do.
faster, and I'm about to collide with the great unknown.
Oh, I need my emotional support cat. It's like, I have things that happen. Like, for example, my Patreon, Miss Fender with 2 R's, Alayna Joy. I think actually it's just Alayna Joy. Patreon.com/Alayna Joy.
Patreon.com/Chosen Family Podcast.
Where every month we do a group virtual hangout. And like the speed at which these hangouts come up in my calendar is like getting faster and faster, where it feels like
you're
yesterday
just
I
doing
just
more,
had the hangout.
Alayna. Wait, what was I gonna say? Something about life.
Time, death, Patreon
It just
hangouts.
feels like there's so many things. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I don't know.
I was having the thought the other day. This has only happened to me recently, but if I got hit by a bus tomorrow, I have done all the things I've wanted to do.
Oh,
That's horrible.
I would love to have children, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't be up there being like regretful about it because like I've done all the things I've really, really, really wanted to do.
That's a big deal at 42. Sorry.
This is why Ashley doesn't get vulnerable with us. Okay?
I get vulnerable all the time. I'm too vulnerable.
She gets vulnerable a lot.
I am far too vulnerable. I need to work on being less vulnerable. I actually mean that. No one ever says that because no one is the way that I am.
Right.
But I need to be less vulnerable for sure. But yeah, I was like, and I was saying this career-wise, I have done the bare minimum of what I've wanted to accomplish. It doesn't feel good saying bare minimum, but like I've done
No,
the
but you
bare.
passed a threshold.
I passed a threshold that I
into-
feel
yeah.
good about.
Yeah.
And I didn't stay there very long, but but like I got there. And then they tossed me down that mountain so fucking fast they did. But I got there and I've experienced it and I still have parts of it. And I have true love. I have experienced true love in a way that I don't think many people ever get to experience. And I have true friendships and I have traveled the world and I have really sunk my teeth into it. I don't know what else there is. I really don't.
And I guess is like and this is where maybe I need to practice like impermanence or something. But it's like I feel those things, but then it's like because I have tasted those things or I have those things, I don't want them to end. Like I just want to keep feeling it forever.
But
so
it
the
will,
idea
and
of
your
like
dad will die,
not,
and you will miss him.
Uh-oh. No. Nope.
Was
Shouldn't
that
have
too
said that.
far? Was that too far as a joke? Oh no. I meant it as a bit. Bugs will die? No. Worse. Oh no.
Hey, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna die. Oh no. Oh no, we're all gonna die. Everybody's gonna die. The whole planet.
it's just you're making it worse and worse.
Sometimes my girlfriend remembers that I'm gonna die and then she starts to spiral. But I'm
Yeah.
like, it's gonna be okay because we'll both die.
I can't. If I had like a Fitbit or something on right now, my heart is beating so fast.
What can we do to calm you down?
Let's talk about something else.
Perfect.
Oh, I had some like kind of philosophical thoughts on death, but
Yes.
if you really don't want to talk
No,
about
tell
it.
us. No, I'm kidding. I'm playing into the bit.
I think in the upside of like having experienced grief is that you know there's life after grief.
Mm-hmm.
There's life after. I've had a couple different griefs, different kinds, and there's people you love after, and there's friendship and life and beauty after, you know? And you're so much better. Like you're if you are resilient enough to grow, things that are horrible, death, loss, does not make you stronger unless you decide to exercise with the weight of it.
Yeah.
And if you do choose to do that, you will become a better human being. And then as you move into the next phase, the next joys of your life will be more precious to you. And that's like a beautiful thing, even though that guy's dead now. This is such
that guy, my dad.
that guy. You know, yeah.
Yeah.
And the death can be a death of a part of yourself. It can be the breakup of a partner. It can be the loss of a family member. But like, you know, we all live in terror of those things. But at the end of the day, like, you're a more rich. You're like a mole, and you've just got all this shit in you. You've got they throw chocolate in there. Is that a cactus in there? That mole is simmering mole of life.
Chocolate and cactus. That is how they make.
Was that
mole,
stupid? Was that like cliche and dumb?
No. I was thinking.
I've said
like
worse.
Someone's gonna timestamp. I was gonna ask you if you came up with that right now. The like something.
I don't know.
Going through something difficult only makes you stronger if you exercise with the weight of it.
No, I made that up just now. That's me. That's
hello?
actually Gavin original.
Ooh,
Like
talk about a nugget.
Like that. Yeah, talk about a nugget.
Hey, bring
as
nuggets
you said that,
back.
I was like, someone's timestamping that in the comments.
That's why when people...
And I wanted to ask you if you got it from a book.
No, but that's why people, when they tell you... They're not telling you to suck it up when people tell you to do a thing when you're feeling down. Like if you're feeling depressed and someone tells you to go for a walk, they're not saying a walk is going to fix your thing. They're not telling you... What they're saying is keep up your exercise with this. Because you will overcome it, and it is the best thing that you can do. And that's why I'm a little bit of a bitch on here, but like that's why I'm kind of like a tough love person. Like I understand that it's so hard, but having lost my dad and going to school the next day, I know that you can go and do. I just know that you can. I know that you can.
I think you're just realistic about what needs to be done in order for somebody to, it's what you're saying, like continue on and learn from the experience and grow from the experience.
I feel like you painted it, that single sentence is like such a clear picture of the road toward healing or like toward processing, to move forward. Exercise with the weight of it. Like that's the only way you're going to get stronger is if you exercise with the weight of it. Something about that feels like.
Well, write it down. It's me.
She loved that. She really liked that one.
Here's another Ashley Gavin original. Yeah. Kill yourself. I have so much depth. I really.
Oh my God. Guys, I thought of a really bad joke in the last episode when we were talking about Alayna's girlfriend, when she was like, where Ashley, you were like, her girlfriend probably makes so much less than me and she's saving people. And I was like, yeah, and you just stand on stage and tell people to kill themselves.
Oh.
Anyway.
And this is why we would be a toxic relationship.
What? What do you mean?
My girlfriend saves people.
And we kill people?
And you kill people, Ashley. You are killing people.
Well, that's why anyone would be a toxic relationship with me. I don't understand how this feels like you said we and then pointed at me. This is why you are a problem. That's what you just did.
The reason that we wouldn't be good together is because of you.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree.
Wow.
It's amazing that people can be good together. It's really amazing. You can really, truly. Do you ever think like about your, I don't know, Mac, you've only had sex with like people, but
what the,
do you ever think
Danny,
about
bleep the number?
It could have been 100. It's bleeped. We'll never know.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah.
never know. But there were boobs there, I'll tell you that much.
Multiple.
Oh my Oh my gosh.
Do you ever think about like your exes, like from your worst relationship, and think, man, if they could see me in this one, they'd be like, that's two different people. I try to think about that with them. Like, you know, like they're going to find somebody that they fit so well with that, you know, I don't know. I think two people can just really have an effect on each other.
I was just
People
thinking,
can
like,
really
how
bring
did
out the
we
worst
stay
and
together?
best in each-
Like,
in
we were
each
not
other.
good together. How did we?
Me too.
Like, do you
Me
ever think
too.
about the things that you overlooked in your partner in a previous relationship, and you're like, that is never something that I would compromise on now, or like be okay with as an attribute of my partner now?
What happens to a person, Alayna? You're the expert on this. What
Yeah,
happens to
what
a human,
happens?
like in that?
I mean, so many things. It's fear of being alone, the obvious one, right? So it's like the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. So you stay. The chemical, you know,
Yeah, that connection.
yeah, like love and affection and all of that is as strong as cocaine. It's addictive. So when you end a relationship or leave a relationship, it is like going through withdrawal. Like it truly is a withdrawal from substance. So that's a piece of it. And I think that we believe that things are going to change. You like hold on to this hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have like
they
you
are never
stay
gonna change.
believing that it's going to change, and then on the kind of dark far side of it, it's like a fear for your safety, right? Like staying is safer than leaving. That's like on the far end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
There's all sorts
I
of
mean,
stuff going on.
it's interesting because I think about this relationship that I'm in with Jen, and things have never really changed. The core foundation, we have always maintained it. You know what I mean? We rarely have conflict. We had conflict, I think last night, was it? And we settled it immediately. Immediately, we identified it. We talked about it. Took 10, 15 minutes. Done.
Well, and
It
I
just
want to know.
never happened like that in my other relationships.
Well, and like something important that a lot of people don't know is that the amount of conflict that you have in your relationship is not actually correlated to relationship satisfaction or longevity. It's not about how much you fight or don't fight. It's about how you resolve the fight when it happens. So there are perfectly happy, long-term couples that we would consider a quote-unquote successful relationship that fight all the time, but it doesn't actually impact the relationship because the way that they resolve it
yeah.
is, you know, coming
I
together.
will say, I don't know how many toxic relationships those people are looking at, but we might have different definitions of what fighting is.
Yeah, that's also
Yeah,
true.
possibly. Yeah. Fighting, disagreement. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. I don't know what the definition
But yeah, just people can really change each other's behavior. They can really bring things out of people.
Well, and what you're saying about the core of your relationship has never changed. It's like all of the kind of external bits are the ever evolving, shifting pieces that are good or bad or neutral or whatever they are. But as long as the core is respect, trust, love, care, you know, as long as that's the core and both of you are in it to try and make this the best relationship it can be, that's the important thing, right? So it's not so much like when you're saying people bring out the best and worst. Yes. And it's like both of you or however many of you have to be committed to trying to be your best self, to working on that, to learning and growing. And it has to be based on, I trust this person, I love this person, I respect this person, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and Jen and I, while we have changed as people, the things that we've worked on for each other, it's like slow, incremental.
Yes. Oh,
It is
that's,
not
yes.
like, you know, something that
change.
she and I have worked on is like, she has a little more trouble expressing her feelings. She finds it exhausting. And I'm always like, well, I'm worried that if you don't, one day I'm not, something will have been pent up that I didn't know about. And she was like, okay, well, when I present my feelings, like it has to feel received in a certain way because otherwise I'm scared to. And like, that's like but it's like tiny little adjustments over a long period of time, you know? Like, and I'm bringing that one up because we kind of fucking nailed it last night. And I was really excited about that for both of us.
No, it's like I understand what you're saying. And like learning how to communicate with a new person or like with someone who's not you is so hard. And to recognize that what? I'm
just imagining trying to communicate with me. And having so much sympathy and empathy for anyone having to do that. If you have ever spoken to me, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry that you had to communicate with me.
I thought you meant like you talking to yourself. Like,
me talking to myself would be a fucking nightmare. Go on, Alayna. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's okay. I think there's probably an unrealistic expectation out there that like change in relationship happens. Like you say, I need this from you. And then the person's just supposed to do it. That's just not how it works. And sometimes the hardest part is in those situations, like putting a mirror up to yourself and really trying to understand the part that you are playing. Because I hate to break it to you, even in the situations 9 times out of 10 where you think that person is acting unhinged, they are making choices I would never make. If they just responded to me this different way, all of this would be better. I hate to break it to you. You are playing a part in that. You are. And so being able to and then when you try to grasp that, you also then have to flip it and understand they are trying to grasp the same thing. They are thinking the same thing about you, that you are acting in a way that does not make sense to them. And they are wishing that you would act differently, right? So like the difficulty that it is to look in the mirror and then make different choices, that other person is facing that exact same difficulty. So it's like a really hard, small, long-term, effortful thing.
Dr. Alayna, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Dr. Mommy?
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Dr. Mommy, do you ever watch The Bachelor or like reality TV?
Reality TV constantly. Bachelor, no. There's a Princess Charming is essentially The Bachelorette, but lesbians. So I watched that one.
Do you know the phenomenon where there's like a girl in the house that no one can stand? Or a person in the house where everyone's like, oh my God, this person.
Yeah, kind of, yes. I've seen it, not one single person, but yeah, I can assume what you're talking about.
Because typically on The Bachelor, there's one or two.
Yeah.
And that's one that I'm like, I agree with everything you've said. In theory, I 100% agree. But what about the fact that everyone on this cast and crew is having a little bit of trouble with one person?
Oh, yeah. No, there are outliers to this. And I'm speaking from a place of like, you are in a relationship that is built on trust, love, respect. Like those pieces are already there.
Okay.
And then the communication is next. Like
there we go.
That's where I'm speaking from.
I think
I'm
that's
not
huge.
saying every relationship on this planet with every person.
Right. I think that's huge. I will say if your baseline's not there, there's not much you can do about it.
Yeah.
Like it's once the foundation's gone, it's time to break up, I think. It's very hard to repair foundation. I think it's the kind of thing that you have to be like, maybe you've been with this person for a while or you have some reason that it is both of you are like, okay, we're going to get in the dirt here and really try and fix this because I think once that's gone, it's toast.
And poor communication can erode that foundation. And so then that's where it needs to be both of you on the same page that you are going to work at this. It's like Because I also, I don't want anyone to listen to this and take it like, oh, our problems are actually my fault too, and therefore I need to stay and like keep working on it, and I need to keep changing. Obviously, take all of this with a grain of salt into your own situation. But if the other person is not trying to, right, and they are losing your trust, or you don't feel respected, don't feel respected as in like, well, if they just spoke to me this way, then it would be better. I mean that deep understanding that something I saw the other day that I was like, oh, is 2 questions. One, if you had a child and they brought home your partner.
Is this from the Patreon?
The Patreon?
Oh, this is just like thought experiments.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Like I saw this. I think it was some other podcast. I saw a clip, and it was 2 questions, or it was 3 questions, but only 2 of them I really remember. One was if you had a child and they brought home your partner, how would you feel? Like it's a thought experiment of like to gauge whether this relationship, like where is the problem? Is the problem that you just have some things you need to work on, or is the problem that this is like not the right person for you? So how would you feel if your child brought home your partner? And then the other question was, if somebody told you that you were just like your partner, how would you feel? Is it a compliment? Do you feel like, how do you feel if somebody said, wow, you are just like so-and-so. You remind me so much of so-and-so.
That would be insane to me, because that's like the opposite of like, I'm the quiet one, she's the chatty one. I would be like, what the fuck happened to me?
If someone was like, oh, wow, like you make me feel the same way that I feel when I'm around your partner.
Oh,
you know,
cute.
or
yeah,
right. Cute, good, positive. For a lot of people, that question is like, ooh, I actually really dislike the way that they make other people feel, or, you know,
these are really good
questions. So those are 2
questions.
questions that kind of hit me.
I'm going to put that in the arsenal. Oh,
see, and that's what I was going to, no, Mac, you go.
No, you go ahead.
Don't forget what you were going to say.
I won't.
Okay.
I just locked it in.
Great. Mommy.
Oh, I just don't want to cut off. It's an interesting thing to think about in terms of how we value others often in a different way than we value ourselves. Like that has to be the thought experiment, is like, imagine somebody else is being treated this way, or seeing somebody else being treated in a way. And then it's like, oh, this behavior is not okay. Mm-hmm. When it's like, we are being treated that way. And somehow it's okay because it's you, but when you...
There's a saying that's like, when it's ourselves, we're a really good judge, and when it's other people, we're a really good lawyer. Like, we see ourselves in this light that's like very altruistic, and you see the whole picture and you observe everything, and when it's somebody else, you're like, they fucking did this and fuck them, and they're such an asshole. But in the reality, we probably have done the same things that they have done in a moment of like being flustered or whatever it is.
Well, that is a great saying. I've never heard that, but I love that. And I am so that. I feel like I'm like a fucking hawk when it comes to my friends and family and the people around me being like, leave him immediately. But with myself, I'm very, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's processing that. What didn't you like about
what just
that?
happened?
No, because I think Mac is saying something different than... I think
what are you
Mac
guys
is
saying?
talking about empathy for others and empathy for the way that others behave, whereas we have a different level of like understanding for ourselves versus the understanding we give other people.
Yeah.
And then the other side is what I'm talking about is like valuing ourselves less. Like I'm talking about saying that I allow myself to be mistreated in ways that I would never allow.
No, I think it applies to both. I think it works both ways in the judge lawyer analogy.
Yeah. Okay. Mac, what were you going to say before? What did you lock in?
Oh, I locked in that every day I wake up and I feel so blessed that I am not dating in Los Angeles as a lesbian.
Oh, yeah.
Dating.
It's not like a dating conversation.
Period.
I was just
dating,
like...
period.
I was like,
honestly, we owe everyone listening an apology. We are sorry that you are single and sad and lonely. It sucks out there, it sucks out there, dude.
Yeah,
and we cannot relate because we are so happy and we're having such good sex. Especially me. But like, what, Alayna?
I'm still on board. I haven't jumped ship.
And if you're out there dating, I'm just really sorry that you're having to deal with the people, all the people, and the apps.
Guys, wouldn't
and the
you
rejection.
love to like hear our listeners' dating stories
Yes.
and like talk about them? Oh my god!
If you submit to
let us take that burden off
patreon.com/WHGS,
of
you can
you.
submit your stories at
No, not
ashleygavin.com
Whoa.
/YHGS.
Actually,
Oh,
no,
whoa,
hold
whoa,
on.
whoa,
No,
whoa,
we
whoa.
were going to say in our Discord, and
Yeah.
then on the next episode here, we will be going over, we can read your dating stories. That sounds really fun.
We do that every week on the other one. Just putting it out there. But yeah,
Okay.
no, it would be
but
really
they
fun
want-
to
do
do.
you
it.
But
wanna-
don't
you
you
wanna
want
hear us?
Dr. Mommy's perspective on it?
Dr. Mummy, you're still wearing your little bralette.
Brawl it.
We didn't even
Brawl
get to
it.
a question. We didn't get to a question today.
I've never said that word out
I
loud.
feel like we kind of answer. I feel like this was we discussed
Yeah.
a topic, you know, like
Yeah. How
It
do I
kinda
know if I
works.
should leave my relationship?
yeah.
It's time to be done.
Okay.
Thank you guys for
Thanks for
listening.
listening,
Our
everybody.
patrons can submit their stories to our Patreon
Maybe
Discord.
that'll be a Patreon only episode.
We could do
What
one
do you
of
guys
each.
think about that?
One of each.
Let's do one of each because I think the public.
Okay, but the
probably- like,
Patreon one will be better, just so you know.
It will be.
it will be. Oh hi, he really wants to go for a walk. The Patreon one will be better. Patreon.com/Chosen Family Podcast. I need to take this puppy for a walk.
Okay.
I need to take him for a walk.
Love you guys.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
I'm trying to like say that more to my friends, so.
Oh, that was to us?
Oh, to us?
Yeah,
oh, we
I do
love you
love
too.
you guys, so. But I'm not
Okay.
to the point of making eye contact while I say it yet, so.
Okay.
We love you too.
Oh, okay, cool. That's cool.
Okay. Bye.
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 Chosen Family is a Forever Dog production, hosted by Ashley Gavin, Alayna Joy, and Mac and Jimmy. Edited by Danny Jewell, executive produced by Zoe Applebaum. Forever Dog Productions is Joe Cilio, Alex Ramsey, and Brett Bowen.
Forever